change.
They've already taken the docks and are moving on your position.
You will be met there.
Understood.
No sign of Maul yet.
I'll head for the throne room and deal with Almec. You must find Maul.
Commander X, I think we have something.
He wanted you to bring the Jedi here. You brought the wrong one.
Ahsoka, come in. You're walking into a trap.
What have you got?
We engaged one of the leadership. Gar Saxon had disappeared through there.
What's down there? Let's move in.
I'm sorry.
Why are you here?
If you're here, you're probably still reeling from that cliffhanger ending and asking the same question every Star Wars fan has debated for years. Why did Darth Maul say he was waiting for Obi-Wan Kenobi, not Ahsoka Tano? We're breaking down that full plan, every hidden Easter egg, the behind-the-scenes secrets, and the tragic story that makes this episode a masterpiece. Let's jump in. Then we get the Siege of Mandalore itself, some of the best action in Star Wars animation history. The street battles, the starfighter dogfights, the clone troopers going toe-to-toe with Mandalorian super commandos. This sequence took over 18 months to animate, with motion capture and war film-style cinematography, and it shows. By the end of the episode, Bo-Katan has captured Prime Minister Almec, the city of Sundari is taken, and Mandalore is won. But Darth Maul is nowhere to be found. That brings us to the cliffhanger ending, and the question we're all here to answer. Ahsoka tracks Maul to the Mandalorian throne room, the same room where he killed Duchess Satine Kryze, Obi-Wan's great love, years earlier. And when Maul sees Ahsoka, he doesn't look scared or angry. He looks disappointed. He says the line that's been debated ever since, "You are not who I was expecting. I wanted Obi-Wan Kenobi, not you." So why Obi-Wan? Why not Ahsoka? What was Maul's plan here? Let's break it down, because this is the moment we realize Maul isn't just a one-note villain. He's the most tragic character in Star Wars. By this point, Maul has seen the future through the Force. He knows exactly what's about to happen. Chancellor Palpatine is Darth Sidious, his former Sith Master, the man who used him, discarded him, and killed his brother's savage oppress. He knows Order 66 is coming, that the Jedi will be wiped out, and the Empire will rise. And he knows he can't stop Sidious alone. His entire plan, from the second he took Mandalore, was a trap for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Maul knew that if he exposed his location on Mandalore, the Jedi would send the one man with every reason to come for him, Obi-Wan, the man who cut him in half on Naboo, the man who watched him kill the love of his life. Maul knew Obi-Wan would come for revenge, for justice, to end their decades-long rivalry once and for all. And his end goal? Not to kill Obi-Wan, to team up with him. Maul and Obi-Wan have the same enemy, Darth Sidious. Maul knew that if he could get Obi-Wan trapped on Mandalore when Order 66 hit, Obi-Wan would survive the Jedi Purge. And then, the two greatest rivals in the galaxy would stand together to take down the Sith Lord who ruined both of their lives. Ahsoka wasn't part of that plan. She was never supposed to be there. Maul didn't hate her. He was just devastated that his one shot to take down Sidious was gone. Ahsoka was too young. She'd left the Jedi Order. She had no personal vendetta against Sidious, and Maul knew she would never join forces with a Sith Lord. Obi-Wan was the only one who could understand his pain, the only one strong enough to stand with him. And he never showed up. That's the tragedy of Darth Maul in this episode. He finally tried to break free of his fate, and he failed before he even started. Now, before we wrap up, let's run through the Easter eggs and behind-the-scenes secrets you might have missed. First, the lightsaber. Anakin gives Ahsoka her blue-bladed lightsaber back here, and this is the same saber she'll later purify into her iconic white blades, which we see in Rebels and the Ahsoka live-action scene. Second, the 501st Legion. The troops Rex takes to Mandalore are the only members of the 501st who never take part in the Jedi Temple massacre when Anakin falls to the dark side. They're the only clones who stay loyal to Ahsoka, even when Order 66 hits. Third, the voice acting. Sam Witwer, who voices Darth Maul, has been playing the character for over 15 years, and this episode is his magnum opus. He brings so much pain, rage, and tragedy to Maul, it's impossible not to sympathize with him. And Ashley Eckstein, Ahsoka's voice actor, has said this reunion scene with Anakin was the hardest she ever recorded because she knew it was the end of their story. And finally, this episode only exists because of the fans. When the Clone Wars was canceled in 2014, the Siege of Mandalore was half-finished, locked away. It was years of fan petitions, fan art, and fan campaigns that convinced Disney to bring the show back for one final season, to give us this story. That's why this episode feels like a love letter to every Clone Wars fan who stuck with the show through it all. At the end of the day, Old Friends Not Forgotten isn't just an action episode. It's a story about fate, about loyalty, about the people we lose, and the choices that change the galaxy forever. It's the perfect start to the end of the Clone Wars, and a reminder of why this show is still the best Star Wars content ever made. Thanks for watching, and let us know in the comments what your favorite moment from this episode is. May the Force be with you always.